Hello everyone, welcome back once again to Varagist HQ. Today remains the 14th of November 2025. Everyone is expecting this disbursement to come. We can't wait to receive the alerts. But the reality is, have you truly made preparation for this disbursement to come? How solid is your plan? Do you already have business plan on ground? Do you know how you want to spend this money when it comes? Some will say let it come first. How to spend it, we will know. But this is where a lot of people will make mistake. I think I've said this in this platform before. You have to make preparation on ground so that when the money comes, you will know what and where to divert the money. Not when it comes. Because when it comes, before you start making preparation, you're bound to make a financial mistake. Anyway, let me leave you to pay attention to this, our financial expert, who is out to advise us on this same issue. So please pay attention to him and tell me what you feel or what you think in the comment section. Remember, this is Varagist HQ. If you have not subscribed to this channel, do us a favor to subscribe. Click on the notification bell so that anytime I drop updates, you will be notified. Subscription is free of charge. Thank you. I remain blessed. Bye for now.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, grand community, depending on when you are listening to this voice note. I want to say that I feel a heavy burden in my heart that I want to lay down. It's a heavy load. As a person, I'm not a voice note person. I can't remember when last I gave a voice note in any group. But this one is an idea whose time has come. Something great that has never happened before is about to happen in our lives. And when something that has not happened before happens, there is a danger that in doing something that we have not done before, we will either underdo or overdo. And I know many of us will overdo out of ignorance. But I pray that as many as are listening to me, we will learn something, including me. We will learn one or two things from these voice notes, and then we work with it. I want to introduce myself as Mr. Anonymous, or rather, let me say Anonymous Financial Advisor. Now, somebody will be saying, what experience does he have to advise me? Well, I've just had a few years experience, 17 years experience in banks in Nigeria. But let me just break down my experience a little to just provide an understanding. After my youth service, I had 9 years experience in 4 commercial banks in Nigeria. And then I resigned. I started my own company. I wanted to go on my own. But in fact, okay, let me just say that I was practically in the trenches, in the streets. Then after 9 years, I joined another bank, where I work currently is not a commercial bank, but it's not a smaller bank, relatively small, but has branches all over the country. And right now, I've worked 6 years there, and by the special grace of God, I am the regional manager of one of the regions covering 3 states. So that's that about me. Not just my banking experience. In my 9 years that I worked on my own, I wrote 3 books. 2 of those books focus on personal financial planning, preparing for retirement, money lessons that are generally not taught in school. And in writing this book, I read voraciously. I read more than 30 books on personal finance to be able to come up with this. And by the grace of God, I have like 5 other books in this area that are yet to be published. And again, by the grace of God, the ones that I have published, they are doing very well, as in people who read it said from their hearts that the book has helped them. In fact, one banker said, how I wish I had read this book. I wouldn't have wasted my 9 years in banking. Other people like civil servants, public servants, even the police have read this book, and all of them testify that the book has provided value, has given them some value. So it is not as if the books are just any book like that. So I bless God for all this. It is the experiences I have had in writing these books and in all the places I've worked that gave me the little credibility to advise on personal finance. And like I said, it's a burden. I can't just bottle it up because I know something huge is coming. And if that comes and we are not prepared, we may overdo or underdo. I'll give you an instance. My personal mentor, Robert Kiyosaki, the man who wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad is a personal finance book, the best-selling personal finance book of all times. He said, giving somebody a huge sum of money without training on money management is like giving somebody a loaded gun without training on how to handle guns. The person can either use it to harm himself or to harm others. So something heavy is coming. And I feel we need to have these little tips, to prepare ourselves for what is coming, to train our minds. So I want to say that this is like the first volume 1 of this, and I want to title it Life After Disbursement 1, so that anywhere you see this one, you know that there are series coming. If peradventure you see Life After Disbursement 3, know that 1 and 2 had come, and look for it and learn 1 or 2 things from it. Personally, I'm also a learner. I continue to learn from this, and I believe that on the course of this, before the heavy rain comes, I know this will trigger somebody to put up 1 or 2 pieces of advice too, and then all of us will learn. Why I feel this is very, very important is this. When this money comes, or even before the money comes, some people will remember their wicked uncle that dealt to them and collected their lands. Some people will see some issues that had been treated before, even though they were maltreated, or they were treated unjustly. They will remember that let's go and reopen this case and deal with them now that I've arrived. These are the little things that makes us to undo or even overdo. These are the tips we need to learn post disbursement. Some people, I'm sorry to say this, some people, when this lands, some people might even put themselves in trouble by what they say with their mouth. The phone calls alone that they will make might even attract unwanted people, might even attract people who will come and rob them, or people who will come and kidnap them, including people around. For instance, somebody might get this and say, come on, maybe his brother or his cousin around. Come and see, come and help me count this 00000. You are bringing trouble. When these things come, some people, the first sound they will let out will even expose them. So we need to learn these things. Like I said, I promise tomorrow I'm going to come out with volume 2 of this, which I titled Content versus the Container: How to Develop a Wealthy Mindset, How to Develop a Millionaire, Billionaire Mindset. For instance, some people, when they see this amount hit the account, they might even faint. So you need to develop all these things. Next tomorrow, for instance, I'm going to look at developing a personal vision. You need to know all these things. Develop ahead of time. It might interest you to know that the personal projects I'm going to run when this heavy rain falls, the personal project, I had written it out a long time. Right now, I'm preparing everything for it. It is very clear in my mind. I'll not let it out now, but I've even done the documentation of it. So there is need for you to prepare ahead of time, not when it comes. Nobody will even have your time. So it is better you prepare for it so that when it comes, this is what I will do. This is what I will do with this one. This is what I'm expecting. If you keep it to yourself, you start executing when it lands. For instance, personally, I already know the first three actions I'll take. Immediately the heavy rain falls. I know the first 3 or 4 or 5 actions. I know what I will accomplish the first 5 days, the first 1 week. You know, personally, I know I have made efforts to include some people around me. And I know that the first thing I will do immediately it lands is to call all of them, assemble all of them to where I am. Presently, we will have a 1 full day training on how to manage this. So these things are very, very important. I feel it's a burden because some of us will land ourselves into trouble. Take it from me. But I pray nobody who listens to this and wants to come will land him or herself in trouble. Remember, giving somebody a huge sum of money without training on money management is like giving somebody a loaded gun without training. He can use it to harm himself or to harm another person. So we need to learn these little tips. They're very, 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 very essential because when it comes, nobody has anybody's time. You are meant to run. So please, this is it. Tomorrow, like I promised, I'm going to start with the content versus the container. I'm going to touch areas like having a personal vision for yourself, safety first, and all other ones, including the tax implications. We are all aware of the new tax reforms. What implications will it have on our pocket? We need to know 1 or 2 things about all these things. What investments can we look at that are stable? While I'm not going to suggest to you a particular one, I'm going to expose you to things that can make you, know where you can focus your interest in. So we're going to talk about all these things. And remember, like Kiyosaki said, again, making money is not the problem. These monies will come by the special grace of God. But the next challenge is how to protect this money. Tomorrow, I'm going to tell us a story about a group of people who conducted an experiment, gave some people some huge sums of money. And after 1 year, what happened? You find out that after 1 year, some people were already in trouble. Meanwhile, this money came to help them. So these are the little things we are going to learn. Then finally, please, so that this one will not be too long, I want to say that there's need for us to say things codedly, even as we're talking to ourselves. I want us to adopt this system. Instead of mentioning things by their names, let's talk of meter. Instead of saying millions, let's say 10 meter, 50 meter. And instead of saying billions, why not say bags? 1 bag, 2 bags, 10 bags. And then instead of saying trillion, why not say 1 trailer? These are ways we can use to say things codedly, and when this money comes, we enjoy it and make an impact in our world. So that is that. My name, like I said, remains Anonymous Financial Advisor, and we'll be handling this in a series, maybe every day from now till the heavy rain comes. I'll be letting out one voice note every day, and I call it Life After Disbursement 1, Life After Disbursement 2, 3, 4, 5, or thereabout. If I notice that probably the rain is coming, I might even do 2 at a time so that we'll be able to exhaust this. We'll have it and always refer to it. I also have some good videos that we have watched in a very scattered form. Some of them we have seen it, but one interesting thing is that I've been interested in this, so I've been storing them somewhere. I may also be letting it out so that we'll know what to do, because like I said, when this thing happens, nobody has your time. You are meant to run. And then this is a time you should be able to write what you are going to do. Make it plain, like the Bible said in Habakkuk. Make it plain so that even somebody else can run with it. Your head might be so filled up that you will forget some things. But now that your head is clear, why not spend some time and draft things the way they will be? Plan things ahead of time so that when the heavy rain falls, you just start executing what you have planned before. Thank you very much for listening, and await my next video tomorrow. Thank you, and God bless you.